Welcome back to Jackie's Moto Garage. I'm out on the Sportster, getting my seat time in. It's been a while since I took this little beauty out and I've missed it. I have been so anxious to get out and ride this bike. Just to get out and ride in general, but to get back on this motorcycle. It's been a while since I've ridden this or any motorcycle. So I am so glad to be out on the bike, getting some fresh air, and getting my throttle therapy in. So I wanted to do a quick update. I've been riding, I started January, and we are at the beginning of March. Oh my gosh, this turn is horrible. It is such a blind turn. Okay. Okay, so I've been riding a little over a month. It's been a little bit slow going because I have to work around John's schedule as well as the kids and, you know, just being a mom and life. So I don't necessarily get out and ride as much as I'd like to, but it's been a little bit over a month, so I thought I'd bring you an update on how I'm doing after a month. So when I first started going out, I was on the DRZ, and that's what I felt comfortable on. I took the Grom out maybe like once or twice, and then I felt like I needed to move up from there. So the DRZ was my go-to bike. So from there, woo, I almost bounced right out of my seat. My bum went flying up out of that. Alright, anyways. See, this is where the gear indicator would come in handy because I can't remember if I went up to second or not, and I don't quite have the feel yet. Anyways, okay, so then we picked up the Triumph. I tried the Triumph out. It was a little too much for me with my experience. Even though it was my dream bike, you can't always start on your dream bike. Some of you can, and that's awesome. It just depends on the rider. I couldn't start on my dream bike. So I said, let's put that one in the garage for a little bit and try something else. So from there, I tried a couple other bikes just to try for fun, not really ones that I was going to learn on. We got our hands on that Vulcan S, which was awesome, which was such a great beginner bike for me. That one was such a great bike for me to go around and ride on. It was a confidence building motorcycle. It was very forgiving. It was low to the ground, easy to maneuver, wasn't too heavy, wasn't gonna scare me off. It was one that I was comfortable hopping on and that I enjoyed riding. So that Vulcan S will always have a special place in my heart. I love the way it felt, but it didn't completely feel like my bike. It felt like one that I was just using to get a little bit more comfortable. So after trying a bunch of bikes and enjoying those, which I like trying other bikes, it's super fun to see what I like, see what they have to offer. We got our hands back on this Iron 883, which I love. I absolutely adore this bike. If you can say you adore a bike, that's I adore it, and I'm not afraid to say it. Oh man, it's always right by somebody. So this bike has been a blast. I haven't been able to ride it as much as I would like to because of our scheduling conflicts, but I always enjoy hopping on it. It's been awesome. It's also, I feel like, a great beginner bike and one that I can grow into. I can modify it to look however I would like if we have the cash to do it. Which I think I'm going to have to secretly sell some of John's bikes to fund my Sportster project. So, alright, so after trying all those bikes, after seeing what I was comfortable on and what was great for me as a beginner, I feel like I have come a long way. I am not stalling nearly as much as I did before. I can zip around the neighborhood unattended, and I am fine. I'm not having any issues. I'm confident in my ability that I can ride around freely. But overall, I'm a lot more comfortable on the motorcycle. I remember the first time I got up to 35 miles an hour on the DRZ, it was freaky. It was a little bit freaky for me because I had never felt so exposed and vulnerable and just like out there in the open. Just, it was a weird feeling because I mean, I was used to being in a car where you're in this enclosed area and you feel a lot safer, but it was kind of freaky. And now I can get up and go a little bit faster without that feeling, which goes to show that I'm growing and I'm getting more comfortable on the bike. And I know that I've heard from other people in the comments that they can see my progression, and that is absolutely amazing. I love hearing from people that they can see that, because as a rider, I don't always see that. I can feel it, but I don't always see it. And I don't always feel it as much as people can see it, if that makes sense. I've gotten a lot more comfortable with the clutch, with starting and stopping, and with giving it the motorcycle gas, whereas before I would let the clutch do all the work and I wouldn't give it gas right off the bat. But I learned that I can give it gas and it's going to be fine. This bike's not going to get away from me, and I have learned from my mistakes. You can let that clutch out, as if you remember my video on my rookie mistake, how hearing the phrase "don't drop the clutch," I thought that meant that you couldn't let the clutch out all the way. And so I have learned, and I'm growing and I'm progressing, and it's really fun to see. And I can wave to people. I've got that dialed. I can wave to people. I think one of my favorite things to do, and this might sound super corny and cheesy, but I think one of my all-time favorite things to do while riding on the motorcycle is seeing another motorcyclist out there and waving at them, giving them the good old motorcycle wave. I think that is one of my all-time favorite things. You just have like this unspoken like connection with that person. Of a neat thing. You've got this one thing that bonds you. Riding motorcycles, and it doesn't matter what you're riding. It doesn't matter if they're on a sport bike or a big cruiser or a Grom or whatever. And you've got this one thing that is neat, and it kind of bonds you together. And you know you're looking out for each other. And this is the cheesy part of Jackie's Motor Garage. So thank you for joining. Yeah, so after a month of riding, I feel like you make a lot of progression. As long as you're getting your seat time in and you are not in your head and you don't have those mental blocks, I feel like you can make a lot of progression. I'm not doing any wheelies, that's for sure. Not doing any burnouts or donuts. But that's for another day. Just kidding, I'm not going to do that, Mom and Dad, I promise I'm not going to do that. Luna, you're still out here. So yeah, this has been awesome. I've absolutely loved getting comfortable on the bike, and not only getting comfortable on it on my own, but getting the support while I'm doing this from everyone else. I feel like this has been a fun group effort within this community that we've created. Oh my gosh, I will get into neutral eventually there. It's been great, and I've really enjoyed doing this with this motorcycle community. Thanks for all your support and your encouragement. It's been a blast. I absolutely love this. This isn't something that I'm going to be giving up anytime soon or ever, because it's a good therapy. It's a good boost in my confidence as just a person, seeing I can do these hard things that I maybe didn't think I could do in the past. And it's just a freaking blast. And one day, John and I will be riding out there together, side by side, once we have a babysitter. So how far are you on your journey? Have you been riding for years and years? Did you grow up riding? Are you a beginner rider like I am? Because I know there's some beginner riders out there too. And I love that you're here with me and we're learning together. Let me know, how long have you been riding? What are you riding? Because I love also hearing about different bikes. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.